We're coming from U.S. mainland to Guam just to get on the flight. Because there is no repatriation in Hawaii.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
So Chairman Berman, if we have someone coming to Honolulu was stranded, and then because of the facilities and the, it's better to get to Guam. Are they going to be considered higher?
just got them completed. 2 standing committee reports for the J&Co committee.
The 24th day of the first regular
Senator Aritos? Senator Aritos?
Yes.
Senator Christian? Senator Figueroa?
Yes.
Senator Colland?
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper?
Aye.
Senator Conman?
Yes.
Vice Speaker Moses? Senator Nat? Senator Palag?
Yes.
Senator Berman? Senator Romalo? Senator Urusmal?
As usual.
Thank you. Senator Wali?
Yes.
Speaker Semina?
yes.
Mr. Speaker, 13 members are present.
We do have a quorum to transact business today. Okay. Reading of the journal, Floor Leader Harbor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you and all honorable members, staff. Again, I move to dispense with the reading of the journal.
Second.
That's been moved and seconded. And we dispense with the reading of the journal. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We now dispense with the reading of the journal. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Item 5, presidential communications, none, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item 6, FSM Supreme Court communications, none. Item 7, member communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 8, departmental communications, none also, Mr. Speaker. Item 9, agency or governmental authority communications, none. Item 10, state communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 11, state Supreme Court communications, none also, Mr. Speaker. Item 12, municipal or town communications, none. Item 13, foreign government communications, none also, Mr. Speaker. And item number 14, miscellaneous communications, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we're now on our order of the day. Item 15, standing committee reports. Do we have any, Chief Clerk?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. For item 15, we have one standing committee report, and it's standing committee report number 22-05 on Congressional Resolution number 22-15 from your Committee on TNC for adoption.
Chairman Conan,
Short recess.
short recess, subject to call on the jet. Congress is back in session. Chairman Conan, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Move for adoption of the state report.
Second.
It has been
Yeah.
moved and seconded that Congress adopt standing committee report number 22-05. Discussion. Discussion on the report. If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will now vote. Those in favor of the adoption of standing committee report number 22-05, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Standing Committee Report number 22-05 is adopted by Congress. Next report, Speaker.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. We now have more reports on the awaiting list, number 22-03 for standing committee reports awaiting the 24 hours requirement.
Okay, a short recess. Chair. So let's go back. Congress is back in session. We're still on our waiting list. Vice Chairman Christian, you have the floor.
Speaker, I move that Congress adopt. We do
Please,
it one by one.
place them first.
Oh, I move that Standing Committee Reports 2206 and 2207 be placed on the calendar for action.
That's been moved and seconded that Standing Committee Reports 22-06 and 22-07 be placed on the Standing Committee Reports calendar for action. Floor Leader Harbert.
Thank you, Speaker.
Motion.
I to suspend any relevant rule that may get action on those two.
Any second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the relevant rules, specifically the rules requiring 24 waiting period, be suspended. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The relevant rules are suspended at this point. So let's vote on the main motion. Those in favor of the motion to place Standing Committee Reports 22-06 and 22-07 on the Standing Committee Reports calendar for action, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Those two reports are now placed. First report, Chief Burke, what is it about?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The first report that we now have under the Standing Committee report is number 22-06 on Congressional Resolution number 22-07 from your Committee on GNGO for adoption. This is to confirm the nomination of Mr. Alston T. Lambert to serve as the FSM National Election Director.
Okay, Vice Chairman Christian.
Mr. Speaker, why the
Motion
hell
for
is
adoption.
Romulo not here today?
The graduation.
Mr.
Yes.
Speaker, I move for the adoption of the report.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress adopt Standing Committee Report number 22-06. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, if there is no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of Standing Committee Report 22-06, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Standing Committee Report 22-06 is adopted by Congress. Next report, Chief Burke.
The next report under the Standing Committee report calendar is number 22-07 from your, regarding Congressional Resolution number 22-08 from your Committee on GNGO. This is to confirm the nomination of Mr. Alec K. Jackson to serve as the Public Defender of the Federated States of Micronesia.
Okay, Vice Chairman Christian.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the adoption of the report.
Any second? Yes, moved and seconded that Congress adopt Standing Committee Report number 22-07. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of Standing Committee Report 22-07, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. 22-07 is adopted by Congress. Short recess. Congress is back in session. There is no further business under the Standing Committee Reports calendar. We will now go to the next item. Chief Burke.
Item 16, Special Committee reports, none, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 17, for assignment of measures and communications, please refer to referral sheet number 22-13.
Okay, Chairman and members, take a look at that for your planning purposes. Next item.
Item 18, unfinished business, none at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, item 19, bill calendar. First bill.
The first bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-15 for second and final reading. CB number 22-15 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-121 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-130, 19-142, 19-145, 19-158, 20-09, 20-22, 20-51, 20-59, 20-70, 20-123, 20-162, 20-170, 21-35, 21-66, 21-112, 21-127, 21-176, and 21-198 by amending sections 4 and 6 thereof to change the use and allotment of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs for the people of the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 22-15. Discussion.
Short recess, please.
Short recess to call the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still discussing CP 22-15. Vice Chairman Christian.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we defer action on this bill to tomorrow's calendar.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that CP 22-15 be deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. Said bill number 22-15 is deferred to tomorrow's calendar. The next bill, Chief Clerk.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-17 for second and final reading. CB number 22-17 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-10 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-26, 19-42, 19-51, 19-56, 19-72, 19-78, 19-96, 19-132, 19-163, 20-03, 20-25, 20-58, 20-76, 20-116, 21-29, 21-64, and 21-196 by amending sections 4 and 6 thereof to change the use and allotment of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-17. Okay, discussion.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Chairman Coleman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I have a floor amendment I wish to make to the said bill. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Short recess. Where is that? Congress is back in session. Chairman Coleman, you still have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that we defer Congressional Bill number 22-17 to tomorrow's session. So move.
It's been moved and seconded that CP number 22-17 be deferred to tomorrow's sessions. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion is carried. We now defer CP 22-17 to tomorrow's session. Okay, next bill. Right.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-24, second and final reading. CB number 22-20 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-64 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-81, 19-97, 19-120, 19-137, 20-29, 20-86, 20-119, 21-31, and 21-160 by amending sections 1 and 2 thereof to change the use and allotment of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-20. Discussion. Any discussion?
Speaker,
What's that? Yeah,
Speaker.
Vice Chairman Balik,
yeah, point of information, Mr. Speaker.
say your point.
Yeah, Chairman Berman, you have a project here for Soquest Island Circumferential Road for 291. Is this resurfacing of existing road or a new road section in Soquest?
Done that already, finished.
No, that's the one that is being held by the president.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, no. That's not large.
This is,
Yeah, but that's
is this for new road section or resurfacing of the current circumferential road? I'm just trying to get some point of reference on project costs, paving. I mean, we are facing challenges in Koshai. I'm trying to see best way to improve our road system. I know you've done well in Pohnpei with PDA. But
your
is this,
comments are on page 3? Are your comments on page 3?
Short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry, Speaker. I thought.
Congress is back in session. We're still discussing CP 22-20. Any further discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Vice Chairman Christian.
I'd
Before we
like to
vote.
offer a floor amendment to Congress Bill 22-20.
Okay, we will resume discussion. Okay, we're still now in discussion of the bill 20-20, 22-20. Vice Chairman Christian, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I offer the following floor amendment to Congress Bill 22-20 on page 3, line 18, Soques Island Circumferential Road paving, 50,000. Delete the amount 50,000 and insert the amount 0. On page 2, or on page 4, delete on page 4, line 5, delete the figure 291,244.
Sorry, we were in recess because we were cut off. You were is back in session. Sorry for the interruption. We were cut off, being frozen, all of you. Okay, Vice Chairman Christian, can you please repeat your offered oral amendment?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. On line 5, delete the figure 291,244 and insert in lieu thereof 341,244.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, may I explain the rationale?
Yeah, go ahead. You still have the floor.
There's already this project in Soques Island Circumferential Road paving. The two items that are being touched seek to do the same thing, and I'm deleting it from the at-large portion and showing it up in the ED1 portion.
Okay, that's good. But let's have a short recess. Your
So,
There was
Mr.
an offer-
Speaker,
Yes, continue.
the
You have
offered
the floor.
amendments mentioned, I so move for their adoption.
Second.
It has been moved
Second.
and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian be adopted. Okay, motion to suspend, Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Move to suspend any relevant rule that may impede our action on the proposed amendment or on the bill itself, especially the rule that prohibits substantial amendment on final reading, second and final reading.
Any second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the relevant rules, specifically the rules prohibiting substantive amendments on second and final reading, be suspended. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. The relevant rules are now suspended. So discussion on the offered oral amendments. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian to said bill, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. The offered oral amendment to CP 22-20 is adopted. We now have CD1. Any further discussion on CD1? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Clifford?
For the state of Chuuk, Chairman Aridos.
Yes.
Thank you. For the state of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman. State of Kasai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Uruzamal.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, all four states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
For that reason, CP number 22-20 CD1 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-21 for second and final reading. CB number 22-21 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-54 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-62, 19-75, 19-79, 19-99, 19-119, 20-04, 20-56, 20-82, 20-127, 21-20, 21-117, 21-169, 21-174, 21-194, 21-205, and 21-233 by amending sections 4 and 6 thereof to change the use and allotment of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Seventh year.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Okay, any
Second.
second? It has been
Second.
moved and seconded that Congress pass CP number 22-21 on second and final reading. Discussion. Any discussion? Short recess. Call the chair. Congress is back in session. We're discussing CP 22-21. Floor Leader Harper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Speaker, Honorable Simina, I offer his written amendment, and I believe the amendment has been duplicated and circulated among members. So I move for adoption of the said amendment by Speaker Simina.
Second.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the offered for amendment by Speaker to CP 22-21 be adopted. Because of its length, we will dispense with its reading, and the relevant rules are still suspended up to this point. Discussion on the offer for amendment. If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of adoption of the offer for amendment to CP 22-21 by Speaker, say aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. The offered for amendments are adopted. We now have CT1. Any further discussion on CT1?
Mr.
Chairman
Speaker,
Conman? Chairman Conman? Oh, yes, yes,
Mr.
Vice
Speaker.
Chairman Christie. Yes,
before we defer, I'd like to offer an oral amendment.
proceed.
On page 1, line 17, delete water, basketball, volleyball court, and insert in lieu thereof, WAPAR, WAPAR / ENIPOS, ENIPOS, road repair and maintenance. So move.
Second.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended at this point. So discussion on the offered oral amendments and any discussion. If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the oral amendments offered by Vice Chairman Christian, say aye. Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. The offered oral amendment by Chairman Christian to CP 22-21 CT1 are adopted. We now have CT2. Any further discussion on CT2? Chairman Conman, you want to move to defer tomorrow?
Please, yes.
Quiet. The motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that CP number 22-21 CT2 be referred to tomorrow's session. So move.
Second.
That's been moved and seconded that CP number 22-21 CD2 be deferred to tomorrow's session. Those in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. CD2 of CP 22-21 CD2 is deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Okay. Next bill deferred.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-27 for second and final reading. CB number 22-27 is a bill for an act to amend Public Law number 21-157 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-179 and 21-216 by amending Section 2 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Yap State and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, PP number 22-27. Discussion. Any discussion on the bill? If none,
Short
there's
short recess, please.
short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still discussing CP 22-21, I mean 2027. Any further discussion on 22-27? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk.
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aridos. Chairman Aridos.
Yes.
Thank you. State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman. State of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Uruzumal.
Yeah, I guess.
Mr. Speaker, all 4 states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
Okay, for that reason, CP number 22-27 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-28 for second and final reading. CP number 22-28 is a bill for Act 2. Further amend Public Law number 21-80 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-99, 21-110, 21-143, 21-181, 21-188, 21-214, and 21-242 by amending Section 4 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Pohnpei State and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-28. Discussion? Discussion. If none,
Mr.
there's no
Speaker,
objection.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Vice Speaker Moses, yeah.
yeah, I move that we table this bill. We passed second and final reading yesterday on 22-02, which is the same bill. So I move that we file this particular bill and I ask for a second.
Second.
Short recess. Congress back in session. There is that motion which was
Yeah.
a second was asked for and it was seconded. Okay, those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those nay. Motion carried. So the motion is adopted. Okay, next film, Chief Clerk.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-29 for second and final reading. CB number 22-29 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 21-43 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-54, 21-71, 21-82, 21-103, 21-107, 21-158, and 21-186 by amending sections 5 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Chuk State and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figueroa. Chairman Figueroa, short recess. Conference is back in session. So Chairman Figueroa.
Thank you, Speaker. I move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
And moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 22-29. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of CP number 22-29, say aye. Opposed,
Aye.
nay.
Roll call.
Motion carried. CP number 22-29 is adopted by
Speaker,
Congress.
call.
Second and final.
time out, Mr. Speaker.
I thought this is a resolution. Conference is back in session. My apology on that one. I was carried away. So this is for second and final reading. Let's vote by roll call of delegations.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Okay, for the state of Chuk, Chairman Aridas.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman.
Wow.
State of Kasai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Rosmal.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, all 4 states voted for the said bill.
For that reason, CP number 22-29 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-31 for second and final reading. CB number 22-31 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 20-53 as amended by Public Laws numbers 20-57, 20-61, 20-69, 20-90, 20-91, 20-96, 20-132, 21-92, 21-135, 21-168, and 21-189 by amending Section 3 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding priority infrastructure projects and other projects and programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figueroa.
So move for the second and final reading.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-31. Discussion.
Mr. Speaker, if
Yes,
there are
Chairman.
no amendments to be offered by members, I move that we defer to tomorrow's calendar.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that CP number 22-31 to defer to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Said bill is deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-32 for second and final reading. CB number 22-32 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-124 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-133, 19-140, 19-150, 20-05, 20-15, 20-33, 20-48, 20-63, 20-71, 20-156, 20-175, 21-22, 21-52, 21-146, 21-195, 21-213, 21-244, and 21-255 by amending sections 4 and 6 thereof to change the use and allotment of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund priority infrastructure projects and other programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
The record breaking, therefore I move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress pass CP number 22-32 on second and final reading. Discussion? Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of, we will vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk, call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the state of Duke, Chairman Aridas.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei,
Same,
Chairman Perman. State of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Rosmal.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, all 4 states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
CB number 22-32 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-33 for second and final reading. CB number 22-33 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 21-201 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-219, 21-223, 21-229, 21-241, and 21-257 by amending sections 4 and 5 thereof for the purpose of changing the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund priority infrastructure projects and other public projects and social programs for the people of Pohnpei and 2 states and for other purposes.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 22-33. Discussion. Chairman Ned. Short recess to call the chair. Congress is back in session. We're discussing CP 22-33. Chairman Net, you have the floor.
Thank you, Speaker. I have a written amendment that has been distributed. I move for the adoption of the said amendment.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the offered amendment by Chairman Ned to CP 22-33 be adopted because of its length. We will dispense with its reading, and the relevant rules are still suspended up to this point. Discussion on the offered for amendment to CP 22-33. Discussion. If no discussion, discussion is now closed on the offered amendment. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. The offer for amendment to CP 22-33 by Chairman Net are adopted. We now have CP 1. Any further discussion on the bill?
Short
CP 1.
recess, please.
Of the chair. Congress is back in session. Please take note of those technical corrections, Chief Clerk and LC. That one mentioned by Vice Chairman Christian and the ones that I mentioned. Okay, so they can be corrected on enforcement and crossing. Okay, so any further discussion on the bill?
Question.
If none, there's no objection. Discussion is now closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations on CD1. Chief Clerk.
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aritos,
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman.
Yes.
State of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Rosmal.
Mine.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, all four states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
Okay, CP number 22-33 CB1 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill deferred.
There are no more bills, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker.
Chairman Perman, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Speaker. I would like to withdraw the following bills and place it under our bill calendar for today. CB number 22-34, 35, 37, and 39. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Second.
Short recess.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. We're just back in session. Chairman Perman, can you please?
Yeah, thank you very much. During recess, there's an understanding, so I restate my motion to add CP number 22-38 among 34, 35, 37, and 39. I so move.
Okay, any second?
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. That's CP number 22-34, CP 22-35, 22-37, 22-38, and 22-39 be withdrawn from committees and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. So those bills are now withdrawn from committees and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Short recess, allow Chief Clerk to link them. Chief Clerk, they're all linked.
Still linking, Mr. Speaker, but
Oh,
the
okay.
first few ones have already been linked.
Okay, so let's go with the first bill. Chief Clerk, first reading, first bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The first bill under the bill calendar now is CB number 22-34 for first reading. CB number 22-34 is a bill for an act to further amend public law number 20-155 as amended by public law number 20-177 by amending section 5 thereof for the purpose of changing the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Chuk and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figure.
Motion to pass first reading on the said bill.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-34. Discussion? Discussion. If none, if there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. Short recess. What happened to Congress is back in session. We are now ready to vote. First reading. Chief Clerk, roll call.
Senator Aritas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figuer, Senator Golan,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
What?
first reading of CB number 22-34. Floor Leader Harper,
Abstain.
Senator Conman,
Yes.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Palig,
Yes.
Senator Berman, Senator Romalo, Senator Rosamal,
Absent.
Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Simona,
Yes.
Senator Figuer, Mr. Speaker, 12 members voted for the said bill.
Okay, CB number 22-34 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is CB number 22-35 for first reading. CB number 22-35 is a bill for an act to further amend public law number 20-151 as amended by public laws numbers 20-165, 21-73, 21-121, and 21-121 by amending section 1 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs in the state of Chuk and for other purposes.
Chairman Figure.
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-35. Discussion.
Question.
Questions being called for. If there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor, by members, roll call for first reading.
Senator Aritas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figueroa, Senator Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Golan,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Go ahead.
Senator Conman,
Yes.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
Yes.
Senator Perman, Senator Romalo, Senator Rosamal,
Yes.
Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Simona,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 13 members voted for the said bill under first reading.
CP number 22-35 has passed Congress on first reading. Congress subject to call of the chair. We're now still on the bill calendar. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-37 for first reading. CB number 22-37 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 20-60 as amended by Public Laws numbers 20-65, 20-75, 20-85, 20-97, 20-150, 21-69, 21-84, 21-100, 21-129, 21-163, 21-173, and 21-187 by amending Section 5 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs in the state of Chuk and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figure. Chairman Perman.
I so move for first passage.
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-37. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will now vote by roll call of members. First reading. Chief Clerk.
Senator Aridas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figuer, Senator Colon,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Aye.
Senator Gunman,
Aye.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Ned, Senator Palig,
Yes.
Senator Perman, Senator Romalo, Senator Urusamal,
Amen.
thank you, Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Simina,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 12 members voted for the said bill under first reading.
For that reason, CP number 22-37 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-38 for first reading. CB number 22-38 is a bill for an act to amend Title VI of the Code of the Federated States of Micronesia as annotated, to amend Section 707 thereof, to clarify that state funds and assets in the custody or control of a department or entity of the national government shall under no circumstances be subject to writ of garnishment and for other purposes.
Vice Chairman Christian.
I so move, Mr. Speaker, for its passage on first reading.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-38. Discussion.
Sorry,
Speaker.
Speaker.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Uh,
session. We're on the CP 22-38. Any discussion?
Question.
Speaker,
Questions being called for? Yes, Chairman Rosimo.
yeah, with all due respect to the good floor leader, I move that the bill be deferred to next session of Congress.
Second.
Are you willing to withdraw your motion, floor leader? It's already called for.
Well, let's vote on it. If it's not passed, then they make the motion to defer.
Okay, so let's go back. I mean, let's continue on the motion which was seconded that we close debate. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Okay, sounds more stronger, the voice of
No,
Chairman Rosimo.
only one party is too loud, but everybody is just silently agree.
Okay, so the motion is passed. Debate is closed. So we will vote by roll call of members. Chief Clerk.
Senator Aritas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figuer, Senator Figuer, Senator Colan,
No. No.
Floor Leader Harper,
Yes.
Senator Conman, Senator Conman, Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
Yes.
Senator Perman,
Yes.
Senator Romulo, Senator Rusmal,
No.
Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Semina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members voted for, 3 against, 1 absent.
CP number 22-38 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-39 for first reading. CB number 22-39 is a bill for an act to further amend public law number 22-21-228 as amended by public laws numbers 21-248 and 21-154 by amending section 5 thereof to change the use of funds appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Chuk State and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figuer.
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-39. Discussion. Any discussion? If none,
Question.
no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. First reading, Chief Clerk.
Senator Aritas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figuer,
Yes.
Senator Colan,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Aye.
Senator Conman,
Yes.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
Yes.
Senator Perman, Senator Romulo, Senator Rusmal,
Amen.
Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Semina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 13 members that are present voted affirmatively on the said bill.
Okay, CP number 22-39 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
We do not have any more bills, Mr. Speaker.
Chairman Perman, Motion to withdraw Bill 23.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move to withdraw CR number 22-23. I
You mean CP.
CB, sorry, CB. I so move.
Okay. Any second?
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress that CP number 22-23 be withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. CP number 22-23 has been withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Chief Clerk, short recess. Benguet. So, read the bill. Keeper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The bill we now have under the bill calendar is Congressional Bill number 22-23 for first reading. CB number 22-23 is a bill for an act to amend Title II of the Code of the Federated States of Micronesia, annotated, as amended by inserting a new section 106 thereof to clarify the procedures for succession in the event that the Vice President is unable to discharge the duties of the office and for other purposes.
Okay, Vice Chairman Christian, it's assigned to Jenko.
Second.
I move for passage on first reading.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-23. Discussion.
Speaker,
Chairman Fakir first, then floor leader. Yes.
While I support the intent of the bill, I'm concerned because of the situation that the Vice President in. Passing this bill at this time may cause him further, cause him anguish and deteriorate his health further. I think there
Please
is
don't underestimate the wisdom of our Vice President.
Can you please let me
Go ahead.
finish my...
Continue, Chairman Fakir. Continue, you have the floor.
Yeah, that's my concern. Although I think it's already, there's a way to deal with it should the circumstances call for it. And that's the only reason why I don't want to do it now, but perhaps later.
Thank you, Chairman Fakir, for your statement. Okay, and if floor leader Harvey,
Speaker.
have the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Understand the intent and to be proactive as stated by Vice Chairman Christian, but method in which we're doing is my concern. Perhaps, and that's why I would prefer looking at it closer, because one section, the replacement process reference section 5 of Article 10. That's the election to replace the Vice President, I suppose. But my question is whether there is a better, for example, if it's maybe less than a year of the term, maybe a designation by the President or an acting or a different arrangement rather than the process that we're. So I don't know if the method process, we may have other options other than if Congress selects among its members, especially if it's, say, a few months towards the completion of that term or a 1 year. That's my reservation to act quickly. I'd rather look at it and consider that issue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You,
Mr. Speaker,
Vice Chairman Christian, you now.
I'd like to state that passage of this bill is foresight in its nature, that the current situation we are faced in is not precluded, the bill does not preclude Congress from proceeding further to take care of the needs that now exist to take care of the Vice President's medical or retirement needs and all of those. This bill looks forward, and it doesn't address, unfortunately, Vice President George is the person in the Vice President's seat, but this bill actually looks forward. And like I said, Vice President George has more wisdom than we tend to give him credit for.
Yes, okay.
Speaker,
Thank you very much, Vice Chairman Christian. Yes, Chairman Fikir.
it's not that I oppose the bill. It's just like, I think we need more time to look at it and make sure that once we pass it, it's the right thing. You know, saying looking forward, you may be looking at the horizon, but you don't know what's in between where you are and the horizon. There are a lot of things that you're going to get yourself into before you reach, if you ever reach that horizon. What's the
Mr.
procedure?
Speaker,
Who's gonna, in the case, who's gonna determine that a person is incapacitated?
That's in the bill.
Mr. Speaker, sometimes when
Well,
you
that's
look
the
too
reason why
hard,
I haven't had a chance to look at the bill.
well,
Okay.
because you keep stepping out.
Oh, because you guys talk too much.
Mr. Speaker,
Okay.
let me caution us. Sometimes when you
back in session. We're discussing CP 22-23.
Question.
Questions been called for. If there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. First reading.
Senator Arroyo,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figuer, Senator Figuer, Senator Colan,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Yep.
Senator Conman,
Yes.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Palag,
No.
Senator Perman,
Amen.
Senator Romalo, Senator Urusmal, Senator Urusmal, Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Semina,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members voted affirmatively, 1 against, 3 absent.
Absent? Okay. So CP number 22-23 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
There are no more bills, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, short recess.
Speaker, sir, yeah. Speaker,
Back. Congress is back in session. If there is no further business under the bill calendar, we will now go to item 20, resolution calendar. First resolution, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The first resolution now under the resolution calendar is Congressional Resolution number 22-09 for adoption. CR number 22-09 is a resolution ratifying the Small Quantities Protocol as a treaty between the Federated States of Micronesia and the International Atomic Energy Agency in connection with the implementation and reporting requirements under the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons.
Chairman Wali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to defer Congress resolution number
Second.
20-09 and 22-10 to tomorrow. So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Then seconded that the resolutions 09 and 10.
9 and 10.
22-10 be deferred to tomorrow's resolution calendar. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. Resolutions 22-9 and 22-10 are deferred to tomorrow's calendar.
Mr. Speaker,
Next.
Mr.
resolution.
Speaker,
Yes,
Mr. Speaker,
Vice Chairman Christian.
I move that we recess until tomorrow at 10.
Second.
Short recess. until tomorrow at 10 Chuk time. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Aye.
motion carried. Congress now stands in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning Chuk time.